All right, we are also joined by women's rights advocate Abha Singh and Flavia Ignis on the broadcast here. Thank you so much to both my panelists for being with us on the broadcast here. Ma'am, if I could come to you, Abha Singh, this is what the Supreme Court has said today, big observations, strong observations that have been made by the court today. Do you think will this judgment now serve as final justice to Bilkis Bano?
Absolutely, it will definitely deliver justice to Bilkis Bano because um, the court has rightly said that the appropriate government was Maharashtra. Gujarat was not competent to take a decision and let go free the 11 convicts who had raped and murdered child, had raped a pregnant Bilkis Bano. In fact, if you see, justice is not only to be delivered, but it should seem to be delivered. It should appear to be delivered. But when such an heinous offense has taken place and you are letting go the rapists scot-free like this, giving them a reparation, showing them compassion, it gave a very wrong message. And also about the section which is 432 CRPC, which was under discussion, it also says the moment remission is rejected, these people, these convicts will be sent back to jail. So now 432 part 3, it very clearly says that now all 11 of them should be sent back to jail. I think it's a great victory for justice. It's a great victory for Bilkis. It's a great victory for every right-thinking human being on this earth. But what I would also like is that how this order was taken, who were the babus who messed with the files, or even though knowing that appropriate government was Maharashtra, even though knowing that the rules laid down, CRPC laid down very clearly that the judge who had presided over the trial, his opinion had to be taken without following the due procedure, how they were given remission, and inquiry needs to be done. Only then full closure will come to the matter.
Absolutely. Well, inquiry needs to be done, and definitely it's not just a setback to the 11 convicts in the case, also for the Gujarat government that had given out this order. The Supreme Court also has said that the order was accessed through fraudulent means. The convicts who were released after the court order, the documents that had been presented to the court were not right, and this was done through fraudulent means, and of course investigation needs to take place as to how this all transpired. If I could go to Flavia Agnes also. Ma'am, what do you have to say? What is your first reaction to the court order that has come in?
I welcome the judgment. I think it's a great judgment. I'm happy that the Supreme Court has taken a very bold step and saying that this judgment is a nullity. The Gujarat High Court judgment as per section 432 of the CRPC is a nullity, and fraudulent means were used to obtain this. I think this is a very strong statement against the Gujarat government, and I welcome it wholeheartedly. And the manner in which the convicts were welcomed back and garlanded, as you can see their photographs, is an insult to not only to Bilkis Bano, but also to all justice-seeking individual citizens of India. So I'm thankful that Supreme Court has set the matter right.
Absolutely. Yes, let me now also go across to my colleague Arvind Gunasekar, who's also now joining us live on the broadcast. He's been tracking the court order. Arvind, these are strong observations made by the Supreme Court today, and now what we are learning is that the convicts, all 11 convicts, will have to go back to jail. 2 weeks' time has been given to them to surrender before the court.
Yeah, Aarti, today Supreme Court has quashed the remission order that was issued by the Gujarat government ordering premature release of all the 11 convicts in the brutal Bilkis Bano gang rape and also murder case. Today Supreme Court has also ordered that all the 11 convicts should surrender within 2 weeks. So that means that all the 11 convicts will have to return to jail. That's the order, landmark verdict that has been pronounced by the Supreme Court bench headed by Justice Nagaratna. Bilkis Bano, along with several social activists, had moved Supreme Court challenging the Gujarat government's order ordering premature release of all the 11 convicts in the brutal case linked to 2002 riots, Gujarat riots. And today Supreme Court has also held that the May 2022 order based on which the 11 convicts filed for premature release before the Gujarat government was itself obtained through fraudulent means. According to Supreme Court, facts were suppressed and one of the convicts moved Supreme Court and then got an order from Supreme Court based on which they moved, all the 11 convicts moved the Gujarat government, even though Gujarat government was very much aware that they are not the competent government in ordering the premature release of all the 11 convicts. They did not choose to move Supreme Court seeking a review of the May 2022 order. According to Supreme Court, the Gujarat government should have moved the Supreme Court seeking reconsideration of its May 2022 order, because that particular order, according to Supreme Court, was obtained through fraudulent means. Yes. And Gujarat government, knowing that it's not a competent government because the trial was conducted in the state of Maharashtra, Gujarat government should have moved the Supreme Court, but Gujarat government did not do it, and that's why Supreme Court has said that this is an instance of abuse of power at the hands of state of Gujarat also. That's why Supreme Court has come down heavily on the state of Gujarat also, along with the 11 convicts, and that's why Supreme Court has quashed the remission order that was pronounced by the state of Gujarat ordering premature release of all the 11 convicts. Now all the 11 convicts will have to surrender within 2 weeks' time. Aarti?
Absolutely, Arvind. I'll come back to you. Let me now go across to Abha Singh. Ma'am, like we've been discussing, and my colleague Arvind also has been reporting from the court has said this is a clear case of abuse of power by the Gujarat government. It's a case of political overstepping. That is what the court has said today. What needs to happen now? You've said that a probe definitely should take place. But why in the first place things go so wrong? What were the compulsions? What do you think? What needs to happen now?
Absolutely, you hit the nail on the head. It was absolutely political. It looked like that. It looked like a political outreach, that because elections are there in Gujarat, or you're trying to please the masses, when it is not about pleasing anyone. It is about upholding the law of the land. When the gravity of the offense was so heinous, it could not have been given remission at all. And giving remission, that too bypassing the procedure, fudging with the records. In fact, if you remember, when Supreme Court asked for the papers, Gujarat government was not ready to come with the papers and said it is not in the domain of Supreme Court to ask for the production of papers. And at that time, Supreme Court had come heavily on the Gujarat government. So the bureaucrat, be the IS officer, be the law secretary, if they were involved, they were hand in glove in giving remission. I think some heads need to roll. They need to be suspended. Accountability needs to be fixed, because otherwise it would happen again and again. Bilkis could reach the Supreme Court because she had lawyers backing her, she had people, she had the activists backing her, but everybody cannot have such kind of support system. So it is necessary that the system should work, the rule of law should work, not particular people.
Absolutely. Well, it's a fight that she's been fighting for so long. And if it took Bilkis Bano, whose case has been in the limelight for so long, it took her so long to reach her and to be fighting for her dignity and for respect over and over again. You could imagine what other women in the country would be going through. But definitely the Supreme Court's observations are that have come in today in the case are strong, very strong, and the Supreme Court has definitely made the case clear that the Gujarat government was not the competent authority in this case. Instead, where the trial was taking place, that is in the state of Maharashtra, that was the competent authority, and the order should have come in from there. Meanwhile, thank you so much to Abha Singh as well as Flavia Agnes for joining us on the broadcast here and sharing your thoughts.